What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sports Bets, but mostly chaos. I'm Craig.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Benny.
I'm Jason.
We got tons to get to. We got baseball, we got basketball, we've got hockey, but I think we actually need to start with a question, actually. Jason, I think you have a question that you may want to ask.
I do. If, the millions of fans that have watched the show the last 3 weeks, to take people behind the curtain, we do like a pre-show routine of what we're doing. And somebody on our team here just seems to go out of line sometimes.
I'll say he's an idiot. Yeah.
And so the question, we're going to start with a special hit it or quit it question.
Ooh.
The question is, will John stay in line tonight? Hitting or quitting? Ben, I'll start with you.
Ooh, will he stay in line? I'm not much of a gambler.
Okay, right.
I'm gonna have to say, let's hit it. I think hit it means he won't, right?
No, I think hit it would mean that he is
I'm
going to go
saying
out of line.
he is gonna go out of line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then hit it all the way. That's what I wanted. He's just. It's part of his routine now. That's his consistency. That's his flow of failure. All right, Craig.
I'm actually going to go against the grain off the bat. I'm going to say quitting it. I think Cohooney is ready to go. He's excited. He's about to be on vacation. So unless his mind's already there, which it's likely that it's already there, I think I'm gonna play the opposite here. I think I'm gonna say that he's gonna stay in line. Now next week, that's a whole other ball game. Whole other ball game. But tonight, I'm actually gonna run with Cohooney.
Oh, nice uptick. I'm gonna follow you too. I'm gonna quit it. Now that we brought it to his attention, I would hope he would stay in line. But I'm gonna quit it. I'm just gonna quit it.
Right.
I'm gonna hit it and then intentionally fuck up. Oh, they're right there.
Oh, that's good.
The extra was hit it.
That was a great intro. All right, so we're 2-2 going into that one. So interesting to see how that one's gonna play out. But all right, so let's get a little serious a little bit. Let's jump right into baseball. And man, it is just a red hot A's going to get to. But before we jump into that a little bit more in depth, we had some bets that we went last week. Is there anything, Ben? I think we decided you already had laid out all your bets already. We already know how that ended.
Yes, I just picked the Padres. That was the only game that played last week, and 1-for-1, batting 1,000. So what's up?
Wow,
and
not bad.
Yeah.
So, and then on my end, we came into the show. We were 3 for our first 3. We had all 3 on the Padre picks, and then we went into the Tigers A's game. So we took the first one off the bat was we took no runs in the first inning. Both pitchers came out, did not give a run, so that was also good. And then we also took the Detroit Tigers to go over 3.5 runs. This was a close one. They went into the top of the ninth. They only had 2 runs. And thankfully, I'm going to call this the garbage inning, as also known as garbage time. They were able to put up 2 more runs on the board. They got to 4. They ended up hitting, and thankfully the A's had a huge lead. I think it was 8-2 going into it. I think they ended up winning 8-4, which our last bet was taking the A's over the Tigers, which ended with a perfect 6-4-6. So I will take that any day of the week. So, boys, anything else? Did you guys have any bets? I couldn't remember if either of you had anything going. John or Jason?
I'm definitely not red hot when it comes to MLB to start off the season.
No, you're right.
I did. Yeah, I know, right? I had the Washington game last week that got postponed, so that doesn't count. But then I hit the Phillies over the Cardinals, and I hit the over in the Miami game. But I did lose the Twins over the Angels, and I lost the Giants over the Marlins.
Nice and cold. Jason, anything from you?
The Boston and Minnesota over 8.5, I lost. The Tampa Bay money line I lost, but the Dodgers covering the 1.5 runs, I covered that with the win. So 1-2 last week.
Not bad. Not too terrible.
Not for 6 for 6, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a special type of,
Oh God, here we go.
At least we didn't go 0 for 6.
That's true. But all right, let's dive right into just scorching hot, which are the Oakland A's. They won their 11th straight game today. I mean, we can talk about the way that this game ended, but I guess I want to throw it out to you guys. I mean, what are the feels right now? I mean, are we feeling like this team is on top of the world right now, or just I want to know what you guys are feeling.
I think it's a combination of they're on fire, obviously, but they got lucky today. Let's be honest.
Sure.
I mean, the third baseman made a throw like you do in softball, and just airmailed the first baseman. And
You got
it's
a
true.
line.
It's true.
No, that's the raw draw.
That is in line.
We suck
But
again.
no, the A's are hitting bombs. They're leading the American League in home runs. The pitching's coming around. Luzardo threw his glasses on last night. Looked pretty solid. Yeah, they're rolling for sure.
John, anything you want to add on that?
Yeah, offenses came alive. Like Jason said, they're one off the home run lead for the actuals, and they are leading in the American League. The bull, I'm not 100% with Trevino. I'm not 100% on him. Like I would like to see what Rosenthal does when he gets back, but he's doing enough. He's doing enough at the moment right now. But yeah, I'm just really glad to see the offense finally come through.
Yeah.
It is against
Breaking
it is
news
against-
here right now, real quick.
Whoa,
Cohooney
wait a
is now at
minute.
a -6 in regards of wanting to jump off a cliff in regards to the Oakland A's this week. He's feeling pretty good.
But it is also against the Diamondbacks, the Tigers, and the Twins. Which okay, I thought the Twins were gonna be a lot better. I agree, I admit that. But the Diamondbacks and the Tigers are bottom sellers. So let's see what they do when we start facing off against good teams again.
Yeah.
Do you think, real quick question off of that, like just based off of your info, Cahoon, do you think maybe, yeah, it's 11 wins in a row at the end of the day. It's 11 wins in a row in the MLB, even if it's against not so great caliber teams. Do you think, though, this is the confidence they need to roll on to get something going? And yeah, maybe they're going to lose against some of the better teams, but get some more wins.
This has been perfect. Perfect way to start. Perfect way to end the homestand. Now they're going to go down east. They have 3 against Baltimore, and then they finally face off against a really good team in Tampa Bay.
Okay.
So hopefully they keep the streak going through Baltimore for those 3, and then head down to probably the worst stadium other than Oakland. In the
Okay.
league.
So the good old Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Tropicana.
Yeah, that's another thing too, is the A's are gonna have a heavy dose of the American League East. I think outside of the Yankees up for the schedule for the next, I don't know, what is the next 2 weeks? They got the Orioles, they got the Rays, got the Blue Jays coming to town, 4 games. I mean, there's a lot of AL East they're gonna get, so they're gonna get tested with some really, tough opponents for sure. But I think to add on to your point, you were saying, John, about the bullpen too. I think we're absolutely on the same boat. We want to see Rosenthal come back whenever that's going to be. And I think, he's going to probably get the shot to be the closer when he gets back, assuming, some guy like Trevino doesn't just run away with it. I mean, if Trevino's putting up great numbers and his ERA is, below 1 and he's got, however many saves it is, it might be hard to just drop him out of that spot. But I think as of right now, Trevino's kind of earned the opportunity to kind of have that role and see how he does. I know Diekman ended up having the save in game 2 of last night's doubleheader, but I think it's a pick and play kind of thing right now. But I think Trevino, for the most part, kind of has that. He has that opportunity, and it's kind of his. I don't know if I want to go as far as saying it's his job to lose per se, but like I kind of said, is that I feel like he kind of has. It's in his hands right now, and I think if he can continue to pitch well, Bob Melvin's probably going to lean on him to be that guy in the 9th inning for opportunities. So. It's something too about. Go ahead.
I was also happy to see Cole Irvin finally have a good start.
Yeah, for sure.
He has Mike Fiers and Dalton Jeffries just waiting for their opportunity.
And that's another thing too, is that Mike Fiers had some pitch work at the alternate site yesterday, and it sounds like it's pretty likely that he's going to be joining the team possibly as early as this weekend. I think they're talking about he might end up getting the start potentially on that Sunday game in Baltimore. So. I don't know, the A's going to start rolling with a 6-man rotation, or is there a guy coming out? Because I think Cole Irvin is definitely probably the guy. I wouldn't say for sure going to be the guy that would come out, because I think you look on based on performance. I think the guy you would think maybe considered is probably Luzardo, but I don't know if the A's are going to want to actually pursue the idea of taking him out of the rotation. I know he's had his bumps. He's struggled, but thankfully he put up a really great start, yesterday in one of the games against the Twins. So maybe that keeps them from out of that whole discussion of who comes out. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
I wouldn't mind seeing them do a 6-man rotation, considering they don't have any like number one that you want to see every
For
5
sure,
days.
yeah.
Like if you have 6 competent arms, just roll with the 6-man rotation.
Yeah.
Sure. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. And
You're safe than sorry, right?
Yeah, it's true. And it's early too. And I think another thing too about the offense wise, I think we're definitely starting to see really good signs. I think in this 11-game win streak, we've kind of had the benefit of the pitching. I mean, up until today's game, they had given up 6 runs in their previous 6 games. So that's 1 run a game. So you don't even need a whole lot of offense to win these games if you're only giving up 1 run a game. I mean, we saw it in the second game yesterday. They won 1-0. So I think the pitching has been a lot better. I know the bullpen is kind of here and there with certain guys in there. I know Romo really struggled today. It's kind of pick and play, but I think we're definitely seeing good signs of the offense. But if you still look at their lineup, if you look at their batting averages, it's still from like the bottom 4 or 5 guys down. They're all hitting $150 and stuff like that. So, I think we're seeing some good things though. Like I know Sean Murphy's average is still, below 200, but he's starting to hit. He hit that home run over the weekend. Matt Chapman is a guy that I think you're definitely starting to see. He's making strides, but his average is still down there. And another guy too is Elvis Andrus. His average is down there too, but he has made some. He got kind of not had the luck on his side. I mean, he's hitting the ball hard. Some things at bats, and they're right at guys. So I think it's starting to come there. And I know Elvis Andrus has really struggled out the gate, but one thing I do want to say is that, Elvis Andrus came on this team and there was a lot of talk about this team stealing more bases and how he was going to have tips. The A's are becoming a threat on the base pass. They are stealing bases all over the place. And I love to see that with this team. I want to see these guys being in the catcher's mind, having to think like, is this going to take off? I mean, we're seeing it. So, and you have to think Andrus is contributing to that and at least helping these guys, giving them tips of what to do, because I mean, it's not just Laureano, Canna stealing bases and all these other guys too. So it's really cool to see that. I think that's another layer to this game. And I think just makes this team more dangerous. And it's just a whole nother thing to think about when you're playing the Oakland A's.
Yeah. Getting back to Elvis Andrus. I mean, he came from Texas. It's a warm city, a hot city actually. So I think once the weather starts to get a little warmer in May, June, July, I think you're going to see Elvis Andrus start to pick up, and like you said, Craig, he's hitting balls right at people. So it's not like he's striking out every time. He's putting the ball in play, just getting bad luck right now.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you're still going to see that a ton of time with the A's. I mean, the A's are going to strike out. I mean, that's just the reality of it. So, yeah. And then, you see the other guys, Jed Lowry. I mean, I feel like we're going to bring him up every single week just because of how great he has been. I mean, he's pretty much becoming their everyday, number 3 hitter. And then Matt Olson, I mean, man, he's crushing balls.
He's the hottest batter in the league right now.
For sure. And I think, and it's definitely helping because you're seeing Ramon Laureano kind of struggle a little bit more at the plate. I think he's got his average down to like 208 after today. So yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot of good things. But I think kind of what you were adding as well is I think we really want to see how they stack up against a little bit stronger teams, because yes, it is the Diamondbacks, it is the Tigers, and it is the Twins, which I think what you're saying is that, the Twins are high up there, but we didn't even kind of talk about the fact that they got hit with COVID. They played on Friday last. They had no baseball activity from Saturday, Sunday to Monday, and then they jumped right into a doubleheader on Tuesday. So, and they had guys that weren't in the lineup. You have Max Kepler. That's a big guy. Andrelton Simmons. They have all these players out. Not to say that they don't have key guys. They have Josh Donaldson. They had Miguel Sano, who I think ended up actually getting hurt yesterday. They have guys on this team, but I think that definitely you'd have to say that have probably contributed to some bit, but I don't want to take any credit away from the A's because to do what they do, you have to have things go right. You have to be playing good. And but I think we are seeing that like when things are going your way, man, do they find a way to go their way, because the fact that they were able to pull off that win today with no hits in the 10th inning and score 3 runs. Yep. I mean, that's unheard of, to be honest, in my opinion.
Lady luck just on your side.
Absolutely. But we'll shift gears a little bit. Ben, I'm sure you're extremely eager to talk about a team that has not won 11 games in a row, and that is the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So Ben, why don't you let us know exactly how the Angels are doing, because they were affected with COVID. They were playing the Twins, so they didn't play Saturday and Sunday, so they had a couple of days off. So how are they doing?
Yeah, so I mean, not all of us are overachievers like some. Some of us gotta be, making it a little interesting for the season.
Started 0-6, baby. Come on now.
Well, could have kept it rolling. So a Friday, the day after our last broadcast, they had destroyed Minnesota 10-3. Played very well. Angels actually capitalized on their hits and getting base runners, which is what I had talked about last week. Too many base runners left on board. This time around, they only had 12 hits, but they got 10 runs. So that means that there was some action going on. Looking back at it, everyone was swinging pretty well. Everyone was getting some good contact. Heaney started. He only went, he went 5.1 innings with only 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and 6 Ks. So I was pretty happy with Heaney's output, just given the fact that he hasn't gotten credited with a win yet. Sluggers got the W off of that one. But then, like you said, the 17th and 18th, they had to get postponed due to COVID protocols. So it was like, it is what it is. They have to roll with it for now. And they had to jump right back on the saddle, though. And they played against the Rangers. They had a 3-game set against the Rangers, I believe. And it was a little bit of rough sledding. To start off, they lost 4-6. Their pitcher, Arihara, started. Japanese pitchers. I don't know. It was something else. So he went 5 2/3 innings, 6 Ks, 0 runs, or earned runs. But the Angels had 3 errors, and I saw a couple of them that were very sloppy, just kind of skipping a step, trying to scoop a ball, just messed up, creates another run. It snowballed. And Bundy getting the L, and only with 5 innings, and he had 7 hits against, 5 earned runs, 6 Ks, but now 0-2. I apologize on saying Heaney not getting a win. That was actually Bundy that I meant, because Bundy was projected to be a lot better than he is this season. So I got mixed up on that. On 420, for all those marijuana lovers out there, the Angels. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just trying
man.
The Angels win 6-2. Trout, Pujols, and my boy Suzuki, if Craig is asking, all getting jacks. Only 8 hits, but got 6 runs. And Ohtani pitched, played pretty well. He's been doing all right, where he's not going the distance. He only pitched 4 innings, only 1 hit against, 0 earned runs, 7 Ks, but 6 walks. That's what he keeps running into. That's what gets him pulled out. Is he keeps walking people and loading the bases and creating a problem. And it's like, dude, find your damn zone, because you need to get more out of Ohtani in the long run. You need him to go 6 innings. You need him to go 7. You need him. And to see him only going 4 is kind of disappointing in regards to those kind of good numbers. It kind of washes it, just because you need someone like him to go the distance. And so instead, Canning was given the win off of that one. And then today, a tough loss, 4-7. Who was it? No, I'm sorry. Trout,
Ohtani,
Upton, Ohtani, and then one other gentleman got 4 4 solos. 4 solo jacks. That's what it was. And it looked pretty good. And then the 8th inning, unfortunately, they gave up 4 runs. And that's where it fell apart. So the 8th inning was not in their favor for a game, and just fell right off. And it was very disappointing to see, because I thought they had it. I really did. I thought that everything was firing on all cylinders. And then unfortunately, the Rangers said, not today. So now.
So Ben, it's the Angels pitching letting them down like we thought.
Why does this not sound surprising?
So anyways,
I feel bad for Quintana for the Angels today, though. Quintana pitched
Yeah.
five solid innings, 8 strikeouts, and then only for the bullpen to blow it in the 8th.
Yes, and that's what at the end of the day, at the very beginning of the season, into the preview of the season, was my biggest fear is the bullpen. It's always been the bullpen, and this game was pretty much shining a light on it. You had a game, you had big names step up and make some big hits, and they screwed it up. And so now they're 9-7. They're third in the division and in a game and a half back from the first place A's, but whatever.
I don't know why you're acting so disappointed. You picked them to go to the World Series, so don't think I don't keep the receipts on that one.
And what hat are you wearing right now, anyway?
Oh, my grades.
It's
A+.
It's whatever team is doing well. To switch it up, but one thing I did kind of forget to mention really quick about the A's that I meant to do that before I switched over to the Angels talk is that I thought about it a little bit today, and the A's, they're sitting at 12-7 through 19 games. Now, if you would have asked me, would I have rather seen the A's drop their first 6 games and then go on the streak to play like they did compared to just, playing like 500 ball and then, getting a couple extra wins, winning a couple extra series? I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think I prefer this route. As much as it was painful to watch them, that first week of that season when they were getting just blown to smithereens. To see, I think you're seeing it unify the team a little bit, and they came out better. And now we're seeing the ride the wave that they've got going on. It's the the new mantra that they have on this team. My personal opinion, I think I choose this route. I prefer that they went through this and they went through that adversity right off the bat. And now look at that. I think they're better for it. So I don't know how you guys feel about it per se, but I'm with it. I think I like this one better.
Yeah, no, I would say it's a working formula for you guys. I unfortunately can't disagree. It's working.
Yeah, I would do the same. I wouldn't change it at all.
Yeah, John, what about you? You think
either one's fine, I guess. As long as they're 12-7.
You're good to be on that 10 of 10 worry scale, and then getting pulled off the cliff with each victory.
And now he's back.
Yeah,
now he's back.
Yeah, it's like that old timey comedy where they have to pull you off the stage.
Yeah. All right. Well, we had a really, really busy betting day in baseball from all 4 of us. If you follow us on our Twitter at SBBMC_pod, you will see that all 4 of us had action for today. And I'm pretty sure all the games have concluded. So without further ado, let's just get into a little bit about how we all did. So anyone want to start it off?
Cohooney, start it off.
Hold on. All I can say is I took the A's and Angels under 7.5. Let's just say that
I think you mean the A's and the Twins. Just help you out.
A's and Twins. My head's not here.
It's twice.
He's on vacation mode already.
Clearly.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so I took the A's and Twins under 7.5. I thought it was gonna be a pitching duel between Montas and Maeda, and boy was it not. And then so that was a loss. And then I also took the over in the Orioles Miami game. That was a 7.5 as well. That was a loss, as the final was Miami 3, Orioles 0. So yeah, started off with 2 losses, and then I did win my last one. It was the Houston versus Colorado. I did under 10, and it finished with a final of 5-4. So kind of got scared there, but that one held on. But yeah, 1 and 2, not a good day.
All right.
I took the Giants money line over Philadelphia, and they lost in the bottom of the 9th. And I took the Nationals money line over the Cardinals. That was a win. And the Braves money line over the Yankees. And that was a win. So today, 2-1 for the season, 6-4 on Major League Baseball bets. The Yankees, man, I don't get them with that lineup. I don't understand.
It's nuts. It's nuts how bad they're struggling.
Money doesn't buy you wins, apparently.
Yeah.
Not.
Speaking of money that doesn't buy wins, Ben, how would you like to take away with your bets for today?
Before I was interrupted by some athletic fans, Iglesias was the 4th home run of the day today, and they are.
You don't even know who he is.
I don't, but apparently I know him now.
What
And
what
then,
position does he play?
Enrique Iglesias.
One of the nines. Anyways,
Who?
today I did a 3-team money line bet with Giants, Astros, and A's. The Giants came all the way back from a 3-0 deficit that was on hold for a 45-minute rain delay. Got it to a tie of 5-5 just to screw themselves in the bottom of the ninth. So they lost that one. So starting off strong. The Astros apparently didn't have their trash cans working, so they lost to was it Colorado, I believe they were playing today, and that wasn't pretty. So that sucked. And
nothing is pretty with the Astros right now.
No,
that's for sure.
So then the A's gave me a little bit of a heart attack, wondering if I was going to roll the donut here today. But nope, they miraculously talked to the Twins and let them mess up a little bit and gave that win away. So I went 1 for 3 today. So not too bad. Pretty much my typical grades in school. So looking solid.
All right, well, going to some of mine here. So I took the Giants to score over 3.5 runs. I really thought about taking them to beat the Phillies today, but they won the first 2 games. They had a comeback yesterday, and I just thought, if you compare the 2 teams, I don't think the Giants are significantly better than the Phillies, but I was like, you know what? It's tough to sweep a team. I want to stay away from the winner. Let's just take the Giants. They've been putting up a little bit of runs lately. Their offense hasn't fully came together yet. Their pitching has obviously been their strong suit up to this point. And in my opinion, the Giants are the second best team in the NL West right now. They're better than the Padres. They've looked better. I'm not saying that's going to stick, but they're showing it. They're doing better. The Padres are now 10-10 after today. So they're not as good as the Dodgers. Let's not get too crazy, but moving past that, we had a couple bets in that Padres game. So I did get one right. I did take that the Padres would score first. They had Dinelson Lamet come back off the IL today. He left after 2 innings. He looked damn good in those 2 innings. And then I think he had something with his right arm. So he left. And the offense was just not there the whole week. They got swept by the Brewers. We also had them winning today's game. They lost 4-2. They had opportunities, and that offense, Tatis has been struggling all year. I know he's dealing with that shoulder, but it's just not there right now for that Padres offense. I really thought they were going to at least, pull away with a victory today. They didn't. They're at 500 now, and they got to play the Dodgers in the 4-game series at LA this weekend. Yikes. I'm not sure how that's going to go for them. So, and then we had a couple bets in the A's Twins game. This is another one where I want to stay away from the winner. I thought the Twins were going to definitely put more of a fight than they did in the doubleheader yesterday. I did take that they would not be a run in the first inning. I thought a little bit that sort of what John was thinking. I thought Maeda and Montas were going to, at least pitch well. I was thinking this was going to be low scoring, but Josh Donaldson said, yeah, not on my watch. He hit one to the left field stairs. And of course, the first inning gets 1 run in a game that had 25 runs scored. So yeah, baffling. But we also did take that the total runs would be odd compared to even. So my mindset here was that realistically it was me a 1-run game, because no matter what it is, if it's 1-0 or 100-99, that score comes out to an odd score, which in this case 13-12, that's 25 runs. 25 is an odd number the last time I looked, so thankfully that hit. So 3 for 2, not the greatest I've had, but also not bad. I'll take a winning over a losing bet for the day. So that was my bets for today.
I feel like that was a shot at us, guys. I don't know about you.
Well, I mean, 10-5 through 3 weeks, there's some improvement to be made, but not bad. Not bad.
Do you think the Padres brought Tatis back too early?
At first I was scared. I thought that first weekend that he came back, I thought he was going to re-hurt himself and he was going to be gone. I think obviously he's at a point where he could use surgery, but he's at a point where as long as he doesn't do, his swing is so wild and has so much force into it. He could cause
been really bad this year.
Yeah. And even today watching him, he swung at pitches. Like I saw one pitch that was just, I was baffled that he swung at it. It was never in the strike zone when it came off the pitcher's hand and he swung at it. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think from what I've heard is that he was already dealing with shoulder issues before the season, even like going into the season. So it was before even that injury happened where he swung and he, collapsed down. So you have to think, the guy has so much talent And to see him struggle this bad out the gate, there's got to be something going on. So, but yeah, that offense, it's not there. I mean, they have guys that are hitting good average wise, but it's just they're not getting the runs. They're not getting the clutch hits right now. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, they're playing the Dodgers this weekend. It's a great pitching matchups, really great pitching matchups. It's exciting to watch, but man, you got to hope that they at least can pull a split in that one. So
they did get swept by the Brewers, but I will give one shout out to Burns. He's Joe Musgrove and Burns. They're really making
don't worry, I see your hand. We'll get
early.
To
they're making a really early.
No,
that
Brent.
doesn't count. That does not count, Ben. I was just a.
Oh, I see what you
That was just
Giving
a
a
word.
shout out.
No, but I see what you did there, Ben. No, but the NL MVP, the NL Cy Young, it's looking like it's going to be Joe Musgrove or Burns because those two
for
just
sure.
they look way ahead of everyone else right now.
Yeah, Joe
Sure, it's
Musgrove
really
is
early,
definitely. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Burns, but I've been seeing plenty of Joe Musgrove pitching, and yeah, he looks dialed in and just locked in.
Did the Padres
discussion.
Did the Padres score at all yesterday?
I believe they did not. If I remember,
so either.
I want to say they lost like 5-0.
So in 40 innings this season for Burns pitching, he's only given up 1 run.
Yeah,
like that's pretty damn insane.
That's pretty damn good. Even I'm sure even Ben knows that's pretty good.
That is rock solid to me.
And then before we finish out MLB, I just wanted to quickly talk about the
sure, we got
the no hitter by Rondon that he pitched that he threw last week. How it was really unfortunate because he almost had a perfect game. He was just 2 out. He was two outs away, and an 0-2 breaking ball hit the batter right on the top of the foot. I'm like, oh, that's really stinks. But he still got the no hitter, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And they got a couple no hitters, right? Or not no hitters. I'm sorry, Lance. I think I was thinking Lance Lynn, but Lance Lynn just had a complete game, right? Shutout. It wasn't no hitter.
Yeah. There's been 2 no hitters so far to start the season.
Musgrove and him, right?
And Rendon,
yeah. All right, well, let's switch over to basketball. Steph Curry. I mean, we could talk about Steph Curry for hours probably with how unbelievable.
Jason gets old.
How unbelievable he's playing out of his mind. I'm sure we can get into whole MVP discussions, but Jason, just take it away.
Go, Johnny.
Yeah, Steph Curry's on a different world the last 11 games. Unfortunately, he kind of did come back to earth today against the Wizards. They blew a decent sized lead in the fourth quarter to lose to the Wizards. It's really annoying that you're gonna lose both games this season to the Wizards team. That's just not a good team. And then they did lose to the Celtics in a really hard-fought game. The Celtics didn't have Jaylen Brown, but the Warriors didn't have Oubre. So that was a really, really fun game to watch. Unfortunately, they did lose that one. And then they came back and they beat the 76ers in Oubre's return. He returned off the bench, though. Now he didn't start. And the 76ers did not have Simmons or Tobias Harris, but Curry went God mode in the fourth quarter for that win.
Yeah, the Curry, it's Curry versus the world, I think, right now. He's just taking the team on his shoulders. The week ahead, they got the Nuggets on Friday. They got to play the Kings and then the Mavericks at home. And then they go to Minnesota. So they got some winnable games. I think I looked. They have the fourth easiest schedule on the way, the rest of the way. So
after losing to the Wizards, I feel like at minimum they have to go 3-1.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think they can definitely beat the Nuggets without Jamal Murray. They can beat the Kings. Mavericks might be a toss-up. I mean, they should definitely beat Minnesota. They have a push here that they can, if things fall their way, they can go to the 6th seed. It's going to take some work. They're going to need to go streaking big time, and Curry once again is going to have to put them on their shoulders. It's he's entered the MVP discussion for sure. I don't think he's going to win, but with what he's doing, the defense that he's seen, he's getting double team as he crosses the half court line, the defensive setups, the box and ones. He has no Klay Thompson. It's just him versus the world. And he's still putting up 40 points like it's nothing. Very fun to watch.
Yep.
All right. Well,
And he's back to the solo.
and he's back. So, all right. So I know both you boys had some basketball bets as well for tonight. So how have you guys done there? Hopefully better than your baseball picks. I'll just say that
And yeah, you go ahead, Jay.
one.
I had the Warriors and the Wizards under 239.5, and I won that. I had the Philly money line over Phoenix. I thought Philly would come back after the Warriors lost and beat Phoenix. It turns out Phoenix beat Philly, so I lost that.
Wow.
And then I had Utah covering 11 points over Houston, so I won that. So NBA 2-1 today.
That's respectable.
Yeah, mine's not respectable whatsoever. I had
No
the
shocker
Warriors,
there.
I had the Warriors -2, and it was looking pretty good until like the last 5 minutes. Yeah, it was looking pretty good until the last 5 minutes of that game. I don't know what happened. They just fell apart. And then I had the 76ers and the Suns under 220.5. It was pretty neck and neck whether or not it was going to win or lose. And then they just had a good scoring stretch in the last 3 minutes to hit the over. Not much I can do there. And then my last one, was the Timberwolves and Kings plus 239. It's still going right now. It's in the third, and it's on pace to get really close. So we'll see maybe by the end of the show if it hit or not.
Chalk up a loss, buddy.
Chalk it up. Man, we might have to funeral. We might have to backtrack, and we might have to put it to rest potentially. You know how the way it plays out. I don't know. Stay tuned. It just
Is
might
he
happen.
well, we'll see how that goes.
Somehow I think Cohooney should just stick to the Cohooney 5, and that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might be a safe bet.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you like it? All right. Well, let's shift over to.
Hold on, Craig.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not going to stick to the Cohooney 5 because I do have 3 bets for tomorrow's NBA games.
Oh, shocker! Here we go.
Where was
So I
that
got,
in the preview?
Go ahead, John.
Yes, it was in the preview pen. So I got the Lakers in Anthony Davis's return, or possible return. He's expected to return, beating the Mavericks. And then I got the Suns over the Celtics, and also the Hornets over the Bulls. So I just got 3 for tomorrow.
Nice. Looking like a solid 1-2 record right there. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
that's the way you like it.
he might do well.
Not even close.
But I don't know. But all right. Okay, so now let's shift our attention over to some NHL talk. We got hockey to go over with the Sharks and the Ducks, and I'm not even going to go over a recap of what the Sharks record is or how many points they're at a playoff spot right now. I just know they've lost a handful of games in a row, and they're losing again right now to Vegas, which
Beautiful.
again,
Beautiful.
they can't beat Vegas. So, but for me, I mean, I'll throw it to you guys a little bit, but I know where I'm going to go with most of this conversation when it comes to the Sharks. So I guess before I even get into that, I'd like to throw it out to you guys. Just if you guys have any comments just about, how the Sharks are looking right now as a team.
Hashtag tank at the tank.
Yeah, we gotta let that trend, baby. Tank at the tank.
Tank at the tank.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Marlowe breaking the games record, there's not much to watch. I mean, Ben has it on right now, and I'm not even watching it. I want them to lose. I want them to get a higher draft pick.
Yeah.
There's pretty much we've said that on the pod before. They're not a contender, so you hate to be in that mediocre stage. You either want to be a winner or at the bottom. That way you get a higher draft pick. And with the Ducks, we'll be rolling with the Ducks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come join us. Feel free.
John, anything
Just-
to add on that one?
Just the more losses we get, the more ping pong balls.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, I mean, I would say at this point, not that I'd root for it, but why not just lose every game at this point? I mean, yeah, you're not actually gonna go out there and tank and lose on purpose, but I mean, what else are you playing for right now other than at this point try to get yourself in the best position to draft somebody as high up as possible in the draft for next year. So, I will say I really, really wanted the Sharks to pull out the game on Monday night it all has to do with Patrick Marleau. And, you know, it was really, really cool just to see the way that the team honored him, all the other teams and players. And I'm going to say it. I have to shout out the Vegas Golden Knights. They did a tremendous job in showing, you know, appreciation. I saw, you know, shots of the fans. They were all on their feet, you know, clapping. I mean, I don't know if there was any boos. I didn't hear any, but I think that was cool because we've really seen the Sharks Knights rivalry really start to, you know, in the couple years the Knights have been around, the bad blood has begun to really to form between these two teams when they play against each other. We've heard Ryan Reeves say he hates everyone in that Sharks locker room. So there's clearly that, you know, head to head, you know, bad blood they have between each other. But I just thought that was tremendously cool. And to see all of the league really get into it, and even like other Bay Area teams, you know, with the messages to Marleau. And in my personal opinion, Marleau has been one of the most humble, classiest athletes. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way and say altogether, but just in Bay Area sports wise, and it's no knock to anybody else, but man, so deserving of this incredible accomplishment to do. And not to mention the Ironman streak this guy has too. I mean, he doesn't miss games either. So, and you know, I think one of the knocks on Patty over the years is that he is a very quiet guy, and he's really to himself. And I feel like there's always been the talk of he never gets out his emotions, and he never shows it. But man, when you see Marleau, and it's like, especially that post-game interview, I mean, he was about to let all those tears flow. And man, and to me, that really just shows, like, you know, how much this game means to him and how much he absolutely loves to play this game. And I mean, that it hits me right in the gut. I mean, I'm watching it and I'm like, damn, it's like, it's hard to just not, like I said, it just to see how everything played out. And just to think, I mean, man, the trade deadline was just like a week ago, and this guy almost got traded for all we know. And just to think, like, with everything, you know, all everyone on the team wearing the Marleau hoodies before the game, and then the 12 patch on there. I mean, I don't know how this would have played out if Marleau was somewhere else playing that career break, like that record breaking game somewhere else. But man, I think it played out, you know, the exact way that it absolutely should have. And just tremendous. And, you know, and yeah, that's all I really can say is, like I said, I really wish that the Sharks would have won that game. I really did. I don't think that they played terrible. I think that they at least gave it out there. I mean, yeah, they blew a 2-0 lead, and it's Vegas, so it sucks that they lost. And I think even Logan said that they felt like they let Patty down. Like, they really wanted to get that win for him. And I think Marleau kind of said that, yeah, you know what, I was proud of you. You all played hard. So, but yeah, that's just my whole thing, is that just in general, I mean, I don't really want to go into too much again anymore about the Sharks and as a team, but yeah, Patrick Marleau, I mean, unbelievable thing. And I really don't know if that is ever going to be broken again. It's definitely not going to be in our lifetimes, especially not Jason's. So, you know, but if there's anything else you guys want to add on to that as well.
I was just going to say, if there was only one thing I could change about the whole moment, it's two things. Have it be at the tank and with a full capacity.
Yeah,
that would be the
absolutely.
only way that would have been even better.
For sure.
I think two things that you mentioned, Craig. Patrick Marleau is not the most outspoken guy. He's kind of a shy guy. I mean, and it's ironic that that day was basically all about him. All the attention around the entire league was on Patrick Marleau.
Mm-hmm.
And I think between, you know, the longevity of his career and him knowing that his career is, I mean, Father Time's catching up.
Yep.
It hit him. And at that post-game interview, I think he knows that, you know, maybe has a year or two left. And he knows that it's near the end. But yeah, fantastic record. I mean, Mr. Shark. Like Cohooney said, I think once fans can go back into the arena, they'll do something special for him for sure.
Yeah, I think the Sharks even said that first game back, they'll have some fans in attendance, and they're going to plan on doing something for him too. And it's unfortunate that won't be a full capacity crowd, but I mean, it's better to have something than nothing. So, but Ben, I'd love to hear from you too. I know you're not a Sharks fan, you're a Ducks fan, but I feel like you maybe don't like Patrick Marleau necessarily, but I know you as a respectable hockey fan, and I know you have respect for Patty.
Yeah, no, like I've told you in the past, it's not obviously something we advertise very much, but yeah, I have a lot of respect for Patrick Marleau just because everything he does for the game itself, and he's never been a dirty player. He's never been an aggressive person where he's ever intended on hurting anyone or doing anything. He's gotten, he's always seems to be in the running for the Lady Bing. He's very
Yep.
mellow. And so to see a guy like that be able to do it in Teal where he was drafted, and yeah, he went away for a couple seasons to different teams, but to see him be able to achieve it, unfortunately in Vegas, small crowd, this and that, it's still, it's a lot of meaning to do it in a Teal uniform. And the love and appreciation that everyone in the sports world gave to him for that amazing accomplishment, it was amazing to see. And the only person close enough is Jaromir Jagr, but he's playing overseas. He may come over for a year, but it may not be enough, just given that Marleau still has some games to play, and he may come back next year. Who knows? But I think that it was all done very well, like everything from top to bottom for him. I think that it was going to be one for the ages. I don't know if we'll ever necessarily see someone break that record in our lifetime. I really don't. It's something that is very rare. And the fact that we were able to witness that, it was awesome. I'm not a big Sharks fan, but to see somebody of the sport of hockey be able to accomplish that, that's amazing. I don't care what team you play for. That's love and appreciation and respect for the game. So that was really cool to see. So
For sure. All right, Ben. Well, let's talk about the Ducks a little bit too.
do we have to?
Because quite honestly, I really
don't.
have no idea what's even happening with the Ducks. So I will be learning, like I'm sure a lot of our viewers are, about what's going on. Because you could tell me that they won every game in the last 7 days. I probably believe you. I mean, I wouldn't believe it because why would they do that? But go ahead.
I can't even win any hockey games on NHL 21 with the Ducks. Okay. Like, they went, so they had 2 games against Vegas, 1 game against the Kings between last week and this podcast. Unfortunately, they rolled 3 donuts. They are 3 L's. They got no. They got shut out for the first game to Vegas 4-0. Only having 16 shots for and 51 shots against. So needless to say, that was a little lopsided. Vegas in the second game, they lost 2-5. Put up a little bit more of a fight. Even did a version of Flying V that made some media attention. So that was cool. That was the highlight of that.
Oh my.
And then they played the Kings, and I thought that they would have played a little bit better, but I was so wrong.
You thought wrong.
They played.
How
like
about
shit.
new?
They played like complete shit.
How about
It was a total snooze fest. They were getting shut out until the final 5:24 left of the game, and then Cam Fowler sniped one that Cal Pedersen couldn't see, and that was the highlight. Woohoo! That was it. There was nothing exciting about the games to watch except we're getting closer to a higher draft pick. They're currently 14, 26, and 7. That's good enough for 35 points. And I believe they're still in like 28th or some shit like that. 29th. They're looking solid. And there's only a handful of games left. So thankfully, we're about to put this dead horse down.
Rest in peace.
Almost there.
So, yeah, that's it in regards to the Ducks. I'm not really going to get too much into their preview. I got some stuff about the outside of the NHL, a couple little things real quick. Spencer Knight, he was the Team USA goaltender.
Yep.
World Juniors stud. Got picked up by Florida early in the draft last year. 5-1 win, 33 saves in his debut. And the 1 goal he allowed, he couldn't do anything about. It was like a weird redirect. It landed behind him. And before it hit the ground, the guy just banked it in. It was nothing. But he looked good. and I was very happy to see him get a chance to play. He's going to be something special. I wish he wasn't in Florida, but can't get everything.
You got your own Team USA goalie. All right, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Anyways, but speaking of goals and fun stuff, and not so hot goaltenders, Jonathan Quick and Wedgwood both let in some fluky goals from the blue line and center ice. I'm talking dump in, bounce, hop over the shoulder. I mean, it was pretty funny to watch.
Oh, you are just the worst type of person.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm happy to see it just because it's a little bit of something out of the ordinary to kind of make you laugh. Anything bad to happen to the Kings is fine by me. Wedgwood, though, and the Devils, I mean, after that goal went in, you could see it in his face of just what more shitty luck can I have? But crazy enough, they actually came back against the Penguins in that game, and they actually scored 6 goals in the third period to tie 6-6. But the Penguins but the Penguins scored 1 goal by Sidney Crosby in the third period to make them still lose in regulation. So the Devils, with that loss in regulation, mathematically are now out of the playoff hopes. So bummer. Maybe next year, Hughes, you suck. And moving on to you guys.
Has there been anyone good from that draft class?
Nothing that
No.
stands out. Everyone's like,
That's
Hughes was
That's like-
supposed to be the next like Crosby kind of player, like,
yeah.
but Team USA born. You know, he's supposed to be
That's
this
like
next thing,
that's like
but he's
the
not a good all around.
that's like the NBA draft where Bennett went first overall to the Cavaliers. Were like no one was good that year.
Give it a couple years. Apparently the first round this year for the hockey, the projected first overall is supposed to be a defenseman, really good kid, stud. So we'll see what he can do because he is going to be a defenseman. But I mean,
Well,
look at McCarr in Colorado. That guy is a
I'd love to have
stud.
McCarr.
I'd love to have McCarr. I hate when the Ducks play against McCarr. It's terrible. So I think
your car, my car. I mean, whichever one, really.
I think this year will be a boring draft for sure, because everyone good got picked last year who was eligible. But I give it a couple more years, and I think that one kid who's playing in the WHL for the Pats, he's gonna be something special because he's only 15 right now, and he's in the WHL, and he was tearing it up. He had 22 points in 14 games or something like that last I checked. So I mean, this kid's something special. He's better than what some Matthews and Tavares, those kind of players, put up. So
especially at 15, like, oh my god,
at 15 years old, I watched him play on something on Instagram, and kid was just going end to end on kids. He's something else, some Canadian looking kid. It was crazy.
Jeez.
So
What does that even look like?
white kid.
Canadian looking kid.
white kid.
The
Wow.
hockey stick in his hand.
Run that
Yeah.
guy.
Born with skates. But go back to you, Craig.
Okay.
Well, actually, Ben, I'm gonna throw this right back to you because now we got to go into your bets because we need to know how your bets played out from last weekend. Are you at 500 yet? I don't even know because we skipped that part. But after that, why don't you just go right into your bets for this weekend too?
Okay, so last weekend, not too bad at all. The Bruins handled the Islanders, and unfortunately, I took the Islanders. So, so that didn't go well. And then the 2 other games apparently had been postponed, so that was terrible. So 0 for 1 to start out on
I think
Friday.
you lucked out probably.
Saved you
there.
some losses there.
I think so. And then Saturday, though, 3 for 3. That's a strikeout, baby. Ha! So then on Sunday, well, came back to reality. Gave the Ducks a little too much leeway, and they got smacked. And what's it called? The Avs were also postponed. So 1 for 1 that day. Currently 18 and 19, very close to 500, Craig. Almost
Not even
there.
close.
Get out of here, Carlson. All right, but this week, starting on Friday, Boston over the Sabres, looking for the Boston Bruins to stay hot. Hab This is going to be a 50-50. All depends on what kind of Habs team decides to show up. Kings over the Wild, I think that will be a very, very tight battle right there, but I think the Kings will take care of business. Saturday, I will say Penguins over Devils, because let's be honest, it's the Devils. Sharks over the Wild. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to just say Knights over Ducks. Let's just go with it. Sunday, Bruins over the Penguins, just because Penguins will have back-to-backs and they're going to be playing the Bruins. So the Bruins are going to be looking for a fast game. Flyers over the Devils, and Devils will be probably having a rough weekend from the looks of their schedule. Gonna say Rangers over Sabres, but I'm really thinking it'll be a tight-knit game. I'm really hoping the Rangers prove me wrong, though, and just run away with this one. So 9 for 9. Here we go, baby.
Okay. Yeah, let's not.
I say he's an idiot.
Let's not.
So
get
Ben, how many
crazy.
did you take for tomorrow?
Thursday, nothing. It starts on Friday.
Oh, okay. I got 3 for tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, let's go right back to you.
This guy goes
John.
on vacation. He just starts throwing money everywhere.
I guess
Might as
so.
well, right? All right, so I got I got 3 underdogs for tomorrow. I got the Capitals over the Islanders. I got the Hurricanes over the Panthers, and then I got the Senators over the Canucks.
That's actually really good. I think that might actually hit. Those would be 3 underdog games that would be pretty good to hit, actually. So look for
A
Cohooney.
nice little parlay if you want to do it.
Yep, that
Interesting.
works.
Probably hit pretty good if you actually hit that 3 team.
Yeah, I think so. I'd probably get a couple $100 off of that.
Mhm.
All right. Well, just to give you an idea. So we don't have any football for this show. I know you're seeing the Jason hat. You're thinking this guy's wearing a Niner hat. They're not even going to talk about football. Not to worry. The NFL draft is next week, and we can assure you there's going to be some coverage on that. We'll find out to see exactly who the Niners are going to be taking number 3. Are we going to see 4 quarterbacks drafted in the 1, 2, and 3, 4 spots? Like, that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, guarantee you can expect some football coverage on next week's show. So, but from there, let's go into the Cohooney 5. So last week,
Bush.
yeah, last week was completely out of the rails. It was just so out of line for all of us, and I really expect us to come out a lot better this one.
My
So,
hopes.
so Cahoon, with that being said, let's just go to you. Let us know exactly how Bush did. I mean, how your Cohooney 5 did last week, and then we can talk about your Cohooney 5 for this week.
So Ben, you do realize I didn't take Bush. I took the guy facing Bush who beat him. Right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you got a face little Bush.
Yeah. Okay,
Run
so
that guy.
last week's Cohooney 5 unfortunately had to turn into the Cohooney 4 last minute because
Can't do
because of an injury to Close. So the Close Stevens fight was canceled, but I did go perfect 4 for 4 last week. So hoping to keep the streak going this week into UFC 261. It's the big pay-per-view of the month. Thank you. And we're going to start off the pay-per-view with Jimmy Crute. He's going to be facing off against Anthony Smith. Every fight that Crute's been in, minus his UFC debut, has ended in a first round. So it's safe to say don't blink when it comes to this fight. Crute has some quick hands, but he also can take his opponent to the ground. And I have Crute winning in a first round stoppage. Next off, we got Chris Weidman against Uriah Hall. Now, this is easily the closest fight on the pay-per-view. Chris Weidman's a wrestler with decent stand-up, while Uriah Hall is just straight stand-up. So I expect Weidman is going to attempt a lot of takedowns. So it's all going to come down to whether or not Hall can defend the takedowns or not. I don't think he's going to be able to for all 3 rounds. And I have Chris Weidman winning a really close 3rd round decision. Next up, we got Valentina Shevchenko up against Jessica Andrade. Valentina Shevchenko is the 2nd best women's UFC fighter in the world. Besides Amanda Nunes, she's the best they have. And she's faced off against Jessica Andrade, who is the former strawweight champion and now has moved up to flyweight to face Valentina. and she only has one fight at this weight. And I think it's going to be I think it's too early to face off against Valentina. I think Valentina is going to take her to the ground, and it's just going to be, it's the weight jump is not going to be enough, and Valentina is going to win after 5 hard fought rounds.
I like when
Ben,
I want winners.
Ben, you are a child. Next up, we got Rose Namajunas versus Zhang Weili. Zhang Weili is defending her title, her strawweight title, and Rose Namajunas is trying to win back the title that she lost. I feel like this fight is a lot closer than the odds have. The odds have Weili as like a minus 325 favorite. I don't see any way this fight makes it 5 rounds. I'm going to be going with Rose to win back her title. I think she has the best stand-up in the division, and I think she's going to have a really good opportunity to knock out Weili. And I'm going to say around a second round TKO. And then finally, we got the fight everyone's looking forward to see. We got Kamaru Usman facing off against Jorge Masvidal. My heart says Street Jesus Masvidal is gonna win, but my brain and my wallet, you gotta give it to Usman. Usman is making a claim for the greatest welterweight champion of all time, and another win against Masvidal will help with that claim. They fought back last year in Masvidal, but when they did fight last year, Masvidal took it on a 1 week notice. So a lot of people are wondering how will he do with a full camp. And while I would love to see Masvidal win, I still see a repeat of what happened last time. I think Usman's going to control the fight all 5 rounds, and he's going to win a decision after 5 rounds. Yep. So in recap, I got Usman, Rose Namajunas, I can never pronounce her last name, Valentina Shevchenko, Chris Weidman, and Jimmy Crute. That's Cohooney 5. Let's hope it's fun.
All right, thanks, Cahoon, for that insightful Cohooney 5. Which props to everyone on this one. We did a really good job keeping it together.
Ben, no, you did not.
Except maybe Ben, but that's a whole other thing. So
You're a child.
You're the one that was like using the incorrect words, sir. You're saying hot and heavy. She's got me all sidetracked.
All right, well, let's move on before that gets any weirder than it needs to get. We got the return of Hit It or Quit It. If you've watched our show, you know how this works. We got a question. We all go around the table and determine if we're hitting it or are we quitting it. So this go around, I'm actually going to start it here. Question for you guys. So we did talk a lot about Patrick Marleau breaking the all-time games played record. Now, are you hitting it or quitting it that somebody will eventually beat Marleau's record?
You gotta hit it, because all records are made to be broken. Now, like you mentioned many times in the show, will we in our lifetime see it happen? Right. Probably not. But I don't feel like this is like Wayne Gretzky's all-time scoring total stat record. I think this is a record that can be broken. Just by who? Like you said, maybe not in our lifetime.
Somebody probably not even born yet.
Although I do wonder Ovechkin, because he stay healthy all the time. So wonder how long he would have to play to break it.
Yeah. Either of you hitting it or quitting it?
I'm gonna quit it. I think it's longevity, staying healthy. The game's much more physical now. You know, working out, endurance. I don't see it. Like, definitely not in our lifetime, and I don't think it's gonna be broken again.
All right, Ben.
I'm gonna hit it. I think it will be broken. And I actually think there's a possibility that maybe in our lifetime, maybe. There's a possibility because there may be a couple players that are already playing that, you know, may have an opportunity. I don't think Ovechkin will be the one, but like I said, maybe Jaromir Jagr comes back to America. He can easily surpass in just a season, I believe. So there's that possibility. But if it would be someone else, it would have to be someone that's not born yet. So yeah, we would probably be in our 60s or something like that. when it will be broken. If
Jason would be like in his hundreds probably.
Oh, he'll be false.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the hitting it on this one. So this is one I would say when it comes to our lifetime, definitely quitting it. But I mean, if you're gonna play a hit it, you might as well hit it because that's the field. I mean, that's gonna go for eternity as long as hockey's still around. I mean, there's no way to lose on this guess of hitting or quitting as long as hockey's still going around. So, but I think eventually maybe. But man, it's gonna probably be a long time I think before this one gets passed. So, but yeah, so I'll hit it for that one. So, John, I think you have the next question. Where would you like to go?
Sure. I'm going to stay on the topic of Patrick Marleau. Do you guys hit it or quit it that he's a Hall of Famer?
Ooh. Let's start off with the oldest.
I'm hitting it. He's a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt in my mind. Is he a first ballot or whatever? No, probably not. But he'll get in eventually for sure.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I would say he's I would have to hit it. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. It's just because he didn't win a cup doesn't mean anything, because he has such he's got the record for the most games. How are you not gonna put that guy in the Hall of Fame? Like, that would be so dumb. Like, yeah, the guy who has the most games in the sport is not in the Hall of Fame for that sport. Okay, you're just retarded. So no, that's no, automatically 100% he's in. I'd be willing to prison bet it.
Whoa,
Yeah.
prison bet.
Yep.
Lock it up.
Yep.
Mark the tape.
Lock it up. Mark the tape.
Mark the tape. All right. Yeah, I'm hitting it. I mean, exactly what those two both just touched on. I mean, how would you not put the guy who has the most games played in there? But at the same time, even if you want to look back to like Marleau's prime, I mean, he had really good years. And yeah, the whole not winning a cup thing, you know, I mean, never know. I mean, Marleau, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen with the Sharks in the, you know, a couple years that he might have left. But if he goes somewhere else, you know, he still has a chance to win the cup, or he gets traded somewhere else at the deadline somewhere, you know, you have a chance. But yeah, I would agree. Not a first ballot Hall of Famer necessarily, but in my eyes, yeah, I think he's a Hall of Famer. I'm hitting it.
Yep. I also hit it. I only reason I brought it up is because all week the talking heads are just, you know, all they're talking about is like with Frank Gore in the NFL about how all he is longevity, and he just stat padding, and what has he actually done? And I'm just like, I don't get these talking heads. Like, everyone just hates the Sharks.
Talking heads want clicks and views. That's what they do. They're here for clickbait. That's what they want.
Pretty much how it works. But all right, Jason, I think you have a couple questions for us.
I just have one.
Oh, yeah, one.
We touched on it earlier. The Giants are off to a pretty hot start, above average. They entered 11-6, entering today in a top-heavy NL West. They have some older guys and some big contracts, and we obviously know that the Dodgers and Padres are in the same division. So, are you hitting it or quitting it? The Giants are the final playoff team in the NL.
Anyone want to start with this one?
I don't want to start.
I'll start. They just barely missed out last year, and I feel like they have a better team than they do last year. So I do think that they will be that last team in the playoff spot, which will be kind of fun. It will be kind of fun to see the Dodgers versus the Giants in a 3-game series.
Yeah, I said hitting it too. I think right now, like exactly what John touched on, they were just they were. I think they got eliminated in their last game of the year last year, so they're right there, and they've made improvements. A guy I mentioned in the pre-show is that they got a guy named Alex Wood, a sneaky good left-hander. He made his debut on Sunday against the Marlins. He threw 5 innings of shutout ball. So, and I know with Johnny Cueto, he missed the start. He's been hurt, but I mean, they have Kevin Gausman, great pitching. So really, it's going to come down to whether or not the offense is going to show up. I know Buster Posey's been off to a really good start. He's hitting home runs. I think the pitching, as long as it can stay there, and the offense is going to need to contribute, but I know, like I said earlier, I think they're better than the Padres right now. I don't think they're going to be at the end of the season. I think the Padres will be ahead of them, but I'm not ruling out the Giants making that last spot in the playoffs. And yeah, exactly what John said. To see them play the Dodgers in a series, I mean, they play the Dodgers tough. It'd be really cool to see. So yeah, I'm hitting it. I think the Giants would be a playoff spot probably by the end of the year, based on what we're seeing right now.
I'm gonna have to say hit it. I think that they're.
Follow me.
I don't think they're gonna be the last team to make it in though. I think they'll make it in and be with ease. I'm calling it.
So by that you mean Do you think they're gonna win the division? Because that would be with ease, if anything.
Not with that much ease.
Ben's like, who are the Giants?
Oh, the Gigantes. I think they'll make it in with ease, but not win the division. I don't think they'll be the last playoff team though. In the playoff bracket, I think that they'll create a cushion and create some space for themselves, and I think that they'll get in this time around. So I'm gonna hit it.
Jason, what about you? What do you say?
I think they're a team that are overachievers. With the NL East and the Mets and the Nationals and the Braves, there's just a lot of other teams. I think I'm going to quit it and take the field. I think there's a lot of other. The Reds are good. The Brewers are good. The Cardinals are good. I think they're blossoming like a year too early. I think by next year or the year after, the Giants are going to be in the thick of things when they get their free agency and some higher draft picks. So I'm going to quit it.
That's fair. All right, and that was your only. You didn't have any other questions. So that was the only one?
Now I'll table the other one.
Breaking news. Vegas scored.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my
Not a
God.
surprise. Not a surprise. But all right. Well, that would conclude our segment of Hit It or Quit It. So remember, hit us up on the socials, hit us on YouTube, get some questions in there. And like I said, more than likely, it's probably going to be featured on a future show. So no guarantees, but I'm saying there's a chance.
99.9%.
Yeah, give or take another percent, whatever. Who's keeping track though? Nobody, really.
We're just giving this shit away.
Oh boy. All right. Well, you know how we like to close out the show. We got shout outs to give out. Remember, this goes anywhere, everywhere. We've seen it go all kinds of places. But just to wrap up, throw it out to any of you guys. Who wants to start out? Any shout outs you guys have?
Sure. I'll start out. I know Jason shouted him out early in one of our other pods, so I'm going to do it again. Earl Anthony's Dublin Bull. I'm going to shout them out. They have a summer league starting next week. So go out there and go start bowling again. And then also I'm also going to shout out my buddy Gustavo. He commented on the last video and he asked for a shout out. So giving you a shout out, man. Hope you enjoyed today's show.
Cool. I think Vegas just scored again. But anyways, Ben, any shout outs you have?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to our coworker and supervisor, Vincent, just because I know he watches our stuff and everything like that. So he's given me some feedback and he seems to enjoy our banter and stuff like that. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and hopefully you keep on chugging along with our crazy chaos here. And so I don't want to take it away from him this time because I don't want to have to go to Oak and Sacramento. So Jason.
Actually, it's fast at the Craig.
Yeah, let's go to me first. I think just a couple things. I think one, I just want to say one more. A shout out to Patrick Marlowe. Just a congratulations for breaking the games played record. Just a great human being in general from everything we've gathered. And, Marlowe, I can't wait for the day when the number 12 is hanging in the rafters, because Patrick Marlowe will be the last Shark to ever wear number 12. You can lock that up. Yep. So, and then other than that, I want to shout out our softball team. Where my pitch is at. We're coming back. We are back in action next week. I'm excited to get going. It's been a long year, and I'm just really excited to at least bring our games to the podcast. We get to talk about recap. You guys will learn all about how Ben pops out to the pitcher all day long. It's going to be great. So just shout out to that. We're back. We are back, baby. I'm so excited to get going.
Breaks throws the first are just all over the place.
And my throws the first are all over the place. So.
Posing team dugout. Watch out.
Yeah.
Should I start recapping how I do on bowling? All my good balls?
Oh, you're gonna
well, maybe that could be for a separate show, like the dump show, where it doesn't really make it into the actual show itself.
Damn!
Oh man.
We gotta.
I'm gonna dump you in the garbage.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Daddy, chill.
Okay, let's calm down. Okay, Jason, let's get to you. I know you have a very special shout out you want to give out.
I got a couple. I got a few shout outs.
Oh, he's got a few. He's got a few. Okay.
I got a few. Jackie's Barbershop in Newark, over by our place O'Sullivan's. Does a really good job cutting hair, cuts my hair. So go visit her.
What hair?
You have hair?
Yeah. Listen, I have hair under the hat.
You probably pay like $30 for like a snip.
A rip off.
Jeez, man. I also want to touch on shout out if you guys heard in the news, Alex Smith's retired this week. Comeback player of the year. If you guys have not checked out the 60 special on him, basically losing his leg. It's pretty gory, but the comeback that he had last year was incredible. They should probably rename the award after him.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say that too. They better rename that award after him.
Rename the award. Yeah, he was a former Niner draft pick. I wasn't thrilled with him, but as a 16-year career, that's a long time in the NFL. And the injury they just went through, it's huge. So shout out to Alex Smith, awesome career. Last but not least, somebody in our pod is having a birthday this weekend. Somebody's turning 30. Oh man.
He's a man. He's 30.
He's 30.
Oh man.
So on behalf of all of us, I'd like to wish you a happy birthday this week, Ben.
Yes, happy birthday,
Thank you.
Ben.
Thank you.
We're all super
Happy
excited
birthday,
to hang out this
Thank you.
weekend and just party up. So if any of you guys are out in the Santa Rosa area, make sure to stop by Grayton and buy this man a shot because he can't say no on shots on his birthday. So
Hey, bonus hit it or quit it right now. Bonus hit it or quit it.
oh, surprise.
God, that's my
Oh,
funeral
geez,
for
this is
sure.
gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
We all know that Ben likes to gamble a little bit, right? And so a little birdie, yeah, a little
On
birdie told me
occasion.
you might be playing some cards this weekend. So, gentlemen, will Ben be profitable this weekend after gambling? Are you hitting it or are you quitting it? Craig.
Oh, we're gonna start with me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. The spotlight's on. I'm gonna quit it. I'm gonna quit it. Yeah, Ben he doesn't have a lot of luck on the tables, and I think he tends to sometimes when he gets in a hole, he'll sometimes bet big and hope that he turns his luck around. And it usually doesn't work out. Not to mention, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how intoxicated this guy's going to be all weekend. I don't know. I think there's that possibility that Friday he's going to overdo it and Saturday he's not going to want to even look at alcohol. I don't really know how it's going to play out, but unfortunately, Ben, I'm really sorry to say this, but I'm quitting it. I don't think you're going to be profitable. I'm not saying you're going to lose a ton of money because your wife's going to be there and I'm sure she'll slap you around if you lose anything too crazy. But, so maybe I'm just saying you're losing $5. We'll go with that, but I'm quitting. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
I don't think you're going to profit.
That's fair. Cohooney?
I'll be nice. I'm gonna say I'll hit it. You're gonna
He's an
profit.
idiot.
I'm screwed if Cohooney's on my side. Oh no.
Hey man, I had to go down south and miss your birthday, so I gotta be nice somehow, right?
All right. I appreciate that. Jason, how about you?
When he skips himself, which is good to Jason.
I'm gonna quit it. I don't think you're gonna profit at all. I think you're gonna, like Craig said, alcohol's gonna be there a little while. Yeah, probably no. Quit it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna prove all y'all wrong.
You play to win the game.
Yep. I'm gonna come back profiting somehow, one way or another. Might have to borrow $100 from you guys, but we're gonna make this happen. All right?
I don't think I'm gonna make it now. So
Yeah.
One more hit or quit it.
Yeah.
another special one. Here we go.
All right, so this time they're going to Grayton for Ben's birthday, but last year we went to Grayton for Jason's birthday, and something happened while we were at Grayton because this was obviously during COVID's very beginning. We were kicked out of the bar at Grayton, so
Run that
hit it
guy.
or quit it. Hit it or quit it. Ben's gonna get you guys kicked out of the bar.
I'll start off. Hit it. We're already. We might as well not even go into the bar because we're already going to be asked to exit. I already know it. We're going to have terrible luck with that.
So to your question of whether or not Ben's gonna kick us out of the bar, I'm gonna actually quit that because I would actually put the odds higher in my favor that I'll get kicked out of the bar. So to answer the specific question, I'm quitting it. I don't think Ben is gonna be responsible for this one. It's gonna probably be me or the field.
Nice upshake. Yeah, I'm gonna quit it as well. I don't think it's gonna be Ben if we get kicked out of the bar. It'll be somebody else.
I don't think he was responsible for it last time. I don't know.
I was
maybe-
affiliated with it. I was
You were
part of it.
we were all affiliated with it, Ben. Like we
I was a
all
part
were.
of it. I wasn't sitting
We-
down.
we-
Oh yeah, you weren't.
we-
Okay, that's right. You're right.
Yeah. So, but anyways, moving back from the special guest questions here, Jason, you have one more?
No, that's it. That's all I have.
That's it.
Oh, great. We're
Alright.
leaving on that note. Great.
Wow, great. I love it. What a way to wrap
Happy
up the show.
birthday.
It's Ben's last show in his 20s. Unbelievable. What a way to wrap it
Oh
up.
boy. Oh boy.
He's a man.
Oh,
It only
yeah,
goes
yeah.
downhill from here, buddy.
I feel it.
I'm 40.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna feel it. That's for
It's on the
sure.
bright side, Ben. You don't have to get just for men like Jason. You don't have anything there.
Well, he's 65. There's a difference. I have a little bit of space in between, so I got a little time.
Oh my God. Terrible. All right. Before this turns into an absolute train wreck, let's just wrap the show up because I feel like it's headed for danger. So, but thank you guys very much for tuning in to another episode of Sports Bets, but mostly chaos. Once again, next week, NFL draft is coming. So be excited and ready for NFL draft coverage there. Also, the next time you see from us, we got another episode of Jockberry coming out. So that's be coming out soon. All three of our contestants have 1 win apiece. So somebody has got to come up with that elusive number 2 win. So you'll find out very soon to see exactly who pulled away. But thank you guys very much again for watching. Remember, follow us on our YouTube channel. It's at Sports Bets, but Mostly Chaos Podcast. Hit us up in the comments. All you gotta do, you saw it earlier in the show. Just say your name. Want to shout out? Boom, we'll shout you out. That's how we do around here. And also remember to follow us on our socials at Twitter and at Instagram. It is at SBBMC_pod. So we'd love to hear from you. Anything you guys want to add on. Like I said, we'd love to hear from all of you. So that does it from here. So boys, John, enjoy your vacation. Have a great one. Hopefully you remember who you are when you get back. And other than that, I will see you two boys this weekend. What's
What year is it?
Let's have a good time. All right, everybody. See everybody very soon. Have a great night.